This story terrified me because it starts with one of the most normal sounds imaginable: a baby crying in the dark. An old friend's grandfather told us that story years ago, and he swore it really happened to him sometime in the late 1970s in rural Mexico. He had been driving home alone after visiting family when his truck suddenly died in the middle of an empty road surrounded by miles of cornfields. No lights, no houses, no other cars, just darkness and cold wind moving through the crops. He waited inside for almost 30 minutes hoping someone would pass, but nobody came. Eventually, he grabbed a flashlight and started walking down the road looking for help. At first, everything was quiet except for the sound of the wind through the corn. Then he heard it, a baby crying somewhere ahead of him in the darkness. He stopped walking and listened carefully. The crying came again, weak and distant. Confused, he followed the sound until he found a baby lying beside the road, wrapped in dirty blankets. He said the second he picked it up, something felt wrong. The baby was unbelievably heavy, almost too heavy to carry comfortably, but he convinced himself panic was messing with his head and continued walking. After a while, he realized the crying had stopped completely. The silence around him felt unnatural now. Even the wind seemed quieter. Then he noticed something else. The baby was getting heavier the farther he walked. His arms started aching. Sweat rolled down his face despite the cold air. Every few minutes, he thought he heard movement inside the corn beside him, like someone walking slowly through the field, keeping pace with him. He tried ignoring it and kept his eyes on the road ahead. Then, after what felt like forever, exhausted and irritated, he muttered out loud, "Damn, this baby is heavy." The moment the words left his mouth, everything went silent. No wind, no footsteps, nothing. Then, from inside the blanket, a deep voice answered him. "You should see my teeth." He said his entire body went numb. He didn't look down. He couldn't. Instead, he dropped the baby onto the road and ran as fast as he could into the darkness. Behind him, he heard laughing. Not a child laughing, something deeper. Something wrong. He kept running until he finally reached a small village near the highway. When he told the locals what happened, none of them laughed. One old man simply crossed himself and asked him one question. "Did it ask you to look at it?" "My friend's grandfather said no." The old man nodded slowly and replied, "Good, because the people who look at it never stop hearing the crying." Even years later, he refused to drive those roads after dark. And according to him, there are still people in rural Mexico who hear a baby crying somewhere deep in the cornfields at night, crying for someone to pick it up.